Let's talk about that feeling of not belonging. What if it wasn't a problem you had to fix, but was actually a gift? Today, we're going to dive deep into that really powerful idea inspired by the work of psychiatrist Rami Kaminski. He argues that being an outsider can be a source of, believe it or not, profound strength.
I mean, have you ever felt like you just don't belong? I think for most of us, if we're being honest, the answer is a big yes. It's that nagging feeling, right? Like you're on the outside looking in. And so often, we're taught to see that as some kind of personal flaw. But here's the twist. What if we've been looking at this completely backwards? What if that very feeling of being separate, of being different, is actually the source of some of your greatest strengths? That's the big idea we're going to unpack right now.
All right, so the very first thing we have to do is completely reframe this whole outsider experience. We're going to challenge that old, tired story that not fitting in is some kind of weakness and replace it with something way more empowering.
And this slide, right here, this is the core of that mental flip. That old story on the left, kind of familiar, right? It's all about what's lacking, and it pushes you to just conform. But the new story, that's all about empowerment. It's about realizing that your authenticity is the very thing that pulls in real, genuine connections. It's about literally changing the script in your head from, I don't fit in, to, you know what? I bring something new to the table.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. The idea isn't that you develop these incredible traits in spite of feeling like an outsider. Nope, it's because of it. That experience itself is the training ground. It's the gym where you build up your resilience, your empathy, and your creativity.
So what exactly are these hidden strengths? Well, let's just call them what they are: the outsider's superpowers. Let's unpack the three big ones that this whole experience helps cultivate.
First up, resilience. And look, we're not just talking about being tough. This is a deep, practiced emotional strength. It's forged every single time you've had to navigate a new social scene or deal with being excluded. Chances are you've been building this muscle your entire life without even realizing it.
That experience also builds massive empathy. I mean, when you've known what it feels like to be on the outside, you get this unique window into what other people are going through. Your own experience with alienation becomes a bridge, a channel for real connection that lets you understand people on a much, much deeper level.
And finally, there's creativity. And this one is huge. Think about it. When you aren't tied to the conventional groupthink, your mind is just free. It's free to wander and make new connections that nobody else sees. An outsider's perspective is almost naturally innovative, simply because you see the world from an angle that the majority just can't.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But understanding these superpowers is one thing. How do we actually start using them? This is where we get practical. This is your action plan. So the work always begins internally, right? Inside your own head. Step one, you have to actively reframe your self-talk. Like, make it a conscious choice. Second, leverage that resilience we talked about. Look back and actually remember the challenges you've already overcome. It's proof of your strength. And third, practice self-acceptance. Acknowledge those feelings of exclusion, sure, but do it without judgment. It's about building your self-worth from the inside out. Now, once you've got that internal foundation solid, it's time to take it out into the world. Start by embracing your individuality. I mean, literally list out your unique qualities and see them as assets. Then channel that outsider creativity to solve problems at work or in your life. And maybe most important of all, build communities of choice. Find your people. Seek out connections where your differences aren't just tolerated, they're actively celebrated.
So, after all this reframing and all this action, what's the ultimate goal? Where does this all lead? Well, it leads to the most important destination of all.
And here it is. This is the ultimate takeaway. That endless chase for external validation, it's exhausting. True, deep, stable belonging, it doesn't come from finally fitting in with some group. It comes from being truly, completely at home with yourself. So I want to leave you with this final thought, a challenge, really. Let's stop asking, how can I fit in? And let's start asking a much more powerful, much more exciting question. What incredible, world-changing gift is my unique perspective about to unlock?